Alton Glenn Miller. He was the swinging band's version of the Beatles. He was massive in the music industry in the 1930s and the 1940s. At the height of his career, he volunteered for the US Army Air Force in 1942, just after America joined the war. Miller and his band played for hundreds of thousands of Allied troops. The BBC broadcasted a lot of his work to boost morale of the troops and to counter propaganda across Europe. Some of his hits include Moonlight Serenade and In the Mood. He was due to play a Christmas Day concert in Paris in 1944, but he never made it. On the 15th of December 1944, Miller and a few other military personnel boarded a single-engined Norseman from RAF Twinwood in England, heading for Paris. The weather was poor on takeoff, but they went anyway. Neither the plane nor its crew made it to Paris. This is where the speculation starts. The most plausible cause, I'd say, is that the engine of the plane itself started to freeze in the poor December weather conditions, and it froze and they just had to ditch in the English Channel. Another thought is that it was hit by Allied bombers. So Allied bombers on the way home from mission runs, if they had any undropped bombs in their cargo, it was safer to drop them over the English Channel on the way home to base than it was to land with them at base. So if Miller's plane was flying at a lower altitude than the bombers were, the bombers would have released these bombs straight onto Miller's plane. There is talk of a log from a mission that night that an air crewman from one of the bombers saw a light aircraft out his window and then it just vanished. It could be Miller's plane, might not be. The plane and its occupants were never found. Glenn Miller is remembered on the Wall of the Missing at Cambridge American Cemetery, and there was also a little museum of his belongings and his story at RAF Twinwood as well. So if you get the chance, recommend going to see both of those. So what do you think happened to Glenn Miller? Was it the weather? Was it the bombers? Was it something else entirely? Let me know what you think. I don't know what it is. It could be either. If this log mission is around, then it could well be that. But the weather was poor on takeoff, so it might well just be poor weather. But why would you take off in poor weather? That's what I want to know. Anyway, let me know what you think. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you in the next one.